Alright, in modern times, African Americans have patented thousands of inventions. Inventions that range from lawnmower of J. Burr to a floppy disk for computers by John P. Moon and a computerized blood pressure device by Dr. Michael Crosland. In The Colored Inventor, a record of 50 years, Baker quoted patent attorney B.J. Nolan of Chattanooga, Tennessee on June 24th, 1913. Nolan wrote, "I never knew a Negro to even suggest a new idea, much less try to patent one, and I have dealt with them all my life. P.S. I have asked other lawyers around me for data of Negro inventors, and they take it as a joke." So these Edomites, you know, they got a lot to pay for, man. Baker's research proved the contrary. African American inventors, he wrote eloquently, have enabled us to inhabit the air above us, to tunnel the earth beneath, explore the mysteries of the sea, and in 1,000 ways unknown to our fathers, multiply human comforts and minimize human misery. Alright? And that's it from this book. Alright, so here's another history book called Encyclopedia of American Indian Contributions to the World, 15,000 Years of Invention and Innovation, by Emery Dean Keough and K. Mary Porterfield. Alright, I'm gonna go to page 1. Page 1. And page 1 says, abacus. An abacus is a portable calculating device using a frame with rods that are strung with beads. Aztec and Maya, who lived in Mesoamerica, performed mathematical calculations using an abacus made from maize kernels instead of beads threaded on strings. It provided a faster and more accurate way of adding and subtracting than relying on memory alone. Okay, let's go to page 9. Page 9. Almanacs. Almanacs are books containing astronomical and meteorological information. Many facets of Mesoamerican life were influenced by almanacs that were based on observations of the planet Venus. These almanacs, invented by the Maya, whose culture arose in Mesoamerica about 3,500 years ago, were invented independently of similar books in other parts of the world. And the Maya is basically majority of the tribe of Zebulun. Alright. Let's go to page 3. I skipped one thing. On page 3, page 38. And this to show that Esau says they were literate, but they had books. The 10 tribes did have books. So this is under books in the encyclopedia. It says many Mesoamerican cultures compiled their writing into books well before the Europeans reached the Americas. Because the books existed at the time of the Spanish conquest, threatened the Spaniards' rule by keeping indigenous culture alive. They ordered most of them destroyed shortly after seizing power. The Toltec, the first Mesoamericans known to have created books, are believed to have written a religious encyclopedia as early as 660 AD. Mixtec language, which was spoken by the precursors of the Aztecs, is preserved in the Codex Natal. Many of the early Maya books contain the histories of the cities, lists of rulers, genealogies, notations of death, and descriptions of wars. Page 39. To their credit, some priests attempted to save books from the flames. Fray Juan de Zumaraga collected all the Aztec books he could find, especially in the Royal Library at Texcoco, east of Mexico City, which was a repository of national archives for the Aztec. Most of the books that escaped burning by the Spaniards were ruined or lost to the ravages of time. Only 12 authenticated pre-Columbian Aztec books or codices remain. It's lucky I missed this part. Page 38. The work continued until a royal decree from Spain demanded that not only native books, but also works by conquistadors and missionaries about native people, such as Fray Bernardo de Sahagun's General History of the Things of New Spain, be destroyed. Now, why would they do that? Because what the Spaniards wrote about the natives was that they practiced Israelite customs and that they were Israelites. Some records do still exist, like I believe it's Diego Duran, Fray Diego Duran. The 1577 decree ordered delivery to the representatives of the crown of all originals and copies of the writings about pre-Columbian society and culture so that they could be burned. It also forbade further writing in any language containing the superstitious and way of life these Indians had. So pre-Columbian, because when Columbus came, he pushed on them Caesar Borgia and the new philosophy, but they didn't want the pre-Columbian because that was the Israelites, because they were keeping the customs. Alright, that's it on that note. I'm gonna bring out this other book. It's called 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro. I guess I got short time, but I'm gonna try to run through this book as quickly as possible. Page 11. The white population of New York is a third more illiterate than the Negro one. Benjamin Banneker, a Negro astronomer, made the first clock made in America in 1754. Page 13. In the United States Army intelligence tests during World War I, says the Negroes of Pennsylvania, New York, Illinois, and Ohio led the whites of Mississippi, Kentucky, Arkansas, and Georgia by 1 to 7%. Alright. Page 18. Says Hannibal is the father of military strategy. His tactics are still taught in the leading military academies of the United States, England, France, Germany, and other lands. Alright. Jump back a few. Alright, politics. Eugene Chen, one of the most dynamic political... Slovakia. Page 26. Slovakia. Page 20. Go to page 20. Okay. The fastest bicyclist the world has ever known was Marshal Major W. Taylor. He defeated the champions of Europe and America. His greatest feature was the winning of the 1 mile motor pace race in 1 minute, 19 seconds. He died in 1932 at the age of 54. Alright, page 22, it says the first two Americans to be decorated by France in the First World War was Henry Johnson and Needham Roberts, both Negroes. Johnson killed 4 Germans and wounded 28 others single-handedly. The English word admiral and the French equivalent amiral were adopted as the result of the great admiration held for the Negroid sea rovers who used to scur the coast of Europe for slaves as late as the 19th century. It comes from Amir al-Bahr, Lord of the Seas, the commander of the sea rovers. The principal port of the latter was Salih, Morocco. A United States squadron under Commodore Decatur went to Africa to free the white Americans held there as slaves. And page 26. In New York, there are 375,999 illiterates in the white population of 10,513,000, or 3.6%. Negro illiterates are 8,604 in a population of 347,000, or 2.5%. Alright. And one last statement from this book, Lost Cities of North and Central America, by David Hatcher, Childress. Quickly go to page 160. It says, as I stood at the top of one of the pyramids at Koba, I gazed at the road leading into the distance. The Sakbi system is evidence that Mesoamerica was linked by a huge road system that facilitated a great deal of traffic. Similar gigantic road systems exist in South America. Some roads in northern Peru were 100 feet wide and went for hundreds of miles. Peru even has its own Great Wall, of every similar in construction and purpose as the Great Wall of China. Alright, so that's some information. You know, I didn't have a lot of time, but I hope you brothers learned some. Alright, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barakatah. All praises to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Double honors to the elders, and shalom to the brothers doing the true work. Shalom.